Good day, Dr. Ainzarani. My name is Gayatri Subramaniam and my metric number is 221242636. Now I am going to explain about the background of the study and problem statement. Background of the study will be communication, both direct and indirect, is vital in human interaction and has evolved significantly with technology, especially social media, which now connects 59.9% of the global population, Statista 2023. Social media impacts students' interpersonal communication, affecting academic and social skills, while also raising concerns about screen time's effects on mental health and face to face interactions. Now, problem statement is year 3 international business students at UNIMEP may not be able to communicate as well face to face as they should because they use digital platforms too much. This could affect their career growth. Furthermore, too much use of social media leads to limited connection and fewer chances for real life interactions. Lastly, not following internet rules may negatively impact relationship and make it harder to communicate in school and work settings. Let's see the research objectives. Firstly, to analyze the impact of social media usage on the interpersonal communication skills of Year 3 international business students in UNIMEP. And secondly, to analyze the role of online communication ethic in fostering positive interpersonal communication among Year 3 international business students in UNIMEP. And thirdly, to analyze how time spent on digital platforms affects students' ability to maintain meaningful face-to-face interactions. And the research questions will be what is the impact of social media usage on the interpersonal communication skills of Year 3 international business students in UNIMEP? And secondly, how does online communication ethic relate to the quality of interpersonal communication among Year 3 international business students in UNIMEP? And lastly, what influence does the amount of time spent on digital platforms have on students' face to face communication skills? So last part of chapter 1 will be significance of the study and scope research. Significance of the study that we have focused on are theoretical contribution, practical implications, and student benefits. For the scope and limitations, we have focused on year 3 international business students at UNIMEP, analyzing their social media use, online etiquette, and digital media engagement to assess its impact on face-to-face communication skills. That's all from me for the chapter 1. Thank you.
Good day, my name is Swati Tyagarajan. So I'll be continuing with the literature review part. The first one is the theoretical framework. The theoretical framework integrates self-determination theory, media richness theory, and social exchange theory to examine how digital media use, communication etiquette, and time spent online influence interpersonal communication. SDT explains how digital platforms satisfy psychological needs like competence, autonomy, and relatedness, but may hinder deeper face-to-face connections with overuse. MRT highlights the effectiveness of richer communication channels, for example, video calls or in-person interactions, in reducing ambiguity and enhancing understanding as opposed to text-based media. SET underscores the importance of reciprocity and ethical practices in building trust and fostering meaningful relationships. Next is the conceptual framework, focuses on how social media usage, online communication etiquette, and time spent on digital media impacts interpersonal communication. Social media enhances connectivity but may weaken face-to-face interactions with overuse. Online communication etiquette, including clarity, politeness, and timeliness, strengthens relationship, while poor etiquette fosters misunderstanding. Excessive time on digital platforms reduces in-person interactions opportunities, impacting emotional intelligence and non-verbal skills. Together, these factors shape the quality and depth of interpersonal communication, emphasizing the need for balanced digital and traditional interactions. Next is the review of related studies. Social media enhances long-distance connections but often reduces face-to-face interactions, with excessive use diminishing non-verbal communication skills and emotional intelligence and weakening relational bonds. Ethical practices like clarity, politeness, and timeliness in the online communication are essential for strengthening relationships and fostering trust while reducing misunderstanding. Balancing digital and traditional communication alongside integrating communication ethics into education and professional programs is crucial for preserving meaningful relationships and enhancing interpersonal skills.
Hi, my name is Nuraj Izati. I'm going to continue for the chapter 3, which is the research methodology. And the first thing I want to start with the research design. So for our research design, the purpose of the research is we are using the descriptive studies, or known as the explanatory. And the research setting is non-experimental because we are not using any of the lab research, and it is used on the field research. And then for the unit of analysis, we are using individual for the responders, and then we are using the Likert skills for the research studies as a measurement skills. Next, we are going to the population and sampling. We are using the probability as a sampling because as we know the elements which are the FPK UNIMEP students in the population have a known chance or probability of being selected as a sample subjects. And then we are using 30 Unimap students, FPK, as a sample size. And the sampling we done in the research studies known as simple random sampling because every element in the population has a known and equal chance of being selected as a subject. Next, for the data collection methods, we are using the surveys or known as primary data, and we are using the Google Forms. Next, for the data analysis techniques, we are using the descriptive statistics, and it describes a variable focus on the aspects of data values distribution of central tendency such as mode, median, and mean, and also dispersion. And instead, we also use the correlation analysis that enable the researchers to measure the strength of direct relationship between the variables, and it can fall between positive one and negative one. And when the coefficient value of positive one, this represents a solid positive correlation. And next, we also use the regression analysis that conducted to forecast the dependent variables values, knowing the values of independent variables through a regression of equation.
For the result, for response rate, this research involved the distribution of 220 surveys with 214 successfully collected, generating a response rate of 97%. Next is reliability analysis. The social media usage scale demonstrated excellent internal consistency with a Cronbach alpha of 0.953 across its 4 items. This indicates that the scale reliably measured the construct and that the items are highly interrelated. Similarly, the time spent on digital media scale also show exceptional reliability with a Cronbach alpha of 0.973, suggesting a strong internal consistency. In contrast, the online communication etiquette scale had a negative Cronbach alpha value of negative 0.637, signaling issue with reliability. And lastly, the interpersonal communication scale also exhibited strong reliability with a Cronbach alpha of 0.902, which indicate the scale is highly consistent in measuring interpersonal communication. As for the study variable, for the social media usage variable, the mean score was 2.5129 with a standard deviation of 1.27342, indicating moderate variability in responses and a variance of 1.622. Online communication etiquette variable had a higher mean score of 3.1851 and a lower standard deviation of 0.46524, reflecting more consistency in responses and a smaller variance of 0.216. However, the time spent on digital media variable had a mean score of 2.5164 with a standard deviation of 1.30805 and a variance of 1.711. This indicating moderate variability. And lastly, the intercommunication personnel variable with the highest mean score of 3.75 at 2 demonstrate moderate consistency reflected in a standard deviation of 0.97666 and a variance of 0.954. The correlation analysis, the result revealed that social media usage has strong positive correlation with time spent on digital media, indicating that participants who use social media extensively also tend to spend more time engaging with digital media overall. Social media usage also show a strong negative correlation with interpersonal communication. This suggests that increased use of social media may be linked to reduced interpersonal communication. However, online communication etiquette exhibits a moderate positive correlation with interpersonal communication, implying that individuals who practice good online etiquette are also likely to have better interpersonal communication skills. And lastly, for time spent on digital media, it is negatively correlated with interpersonal communication. It is indicated increased time spent on digital media reduce the quality or frequency of interpersonal communication. This part is for multiple regression analysis. The R-square value of 0.746 suggested that 74.6% of the variance in interpersonal communication could be explained by the independent variable included in the model. Online communication etiquette had the largest positive effect on interpersonal communication with a standardized beta coefficient of 0.476 and a highly significant p-value of less than 0.001. This suggests that improved online communication etiquette positively impact interpersonal communication. Social media usage show a significant negative relationship with interpersonal communication, as evident by a standardized beta coefficient of negative 1.131 and a p-value of less than 0.001. This shows that higher social media usage negatively affect interpersonal communication. Lastly, time spent on digital media had a smaller positive effect on interpersonal communication, with a standardized beta coefficient of 0.274. However, it was not statistically significant as the p equal to 0.082, which means that its impact on interpersonal communication is minimal in this model.
Good day, madam. My name is Anita Nandagopal. My metric number is 221242677. Today, I'm going to explain about the chapter 5, which is discussion and conclusion. Primary result from data analysis. The analysis revealed that high social media usage has a strong negative impact on interpersonal communication. So R is equals to negative 0.741, which is p-value is less than 0.001, suggesting that extensive social media use reduce face-to-face interaction and weaken non-verbal communication skills. Conversely, online communication etiquette demonstrates a moderate positive correlation with R is equals to 0.234, which is p-value is less than 0.001, indicating that practicing respectful online behavior improves real-life communication abilities. Moreover, excessive time spent on digital media show a significant negative correlation with which is R is equals to negative 0.738, p-value is less than 0.001, further limiting opportunities for meaningful in-person interaction. The study built on existing research regarding digital media impact on interpersonal communication. It confirmed that excessive screen time reduces face-to-face interaction skills and emotional intelligence as found in prior studies. While etiquette improves online interaction, it doesn't fully address the relational depth of in-person communication, supporting media richness theory. The study also aligned with self-determination theory, showing that moderate digital media use can enhance happiness, but overuse leads to isolation. Overall, the findings stress the importance of balanced media use, etiquettes, and face-to-face communication to foster meaningful relationship in the digital age. The next is implication of the study. The first is theoretical implication, which is the study enhance understanding of digital media influence on interpersonal communication, supporting theories like self-determination theory, media richness theory, and social exchange theory. It highlights how digital interaction meets psychological needs while also limiting emotional depth in reinforcing the needs for balanced communication strategy. Next is practical implication. Educator can develop workshop on digital ethics and balancing online and face-to-face interaction. Policymakers can create a mental health initiatives and digital literature campaign to promote healthy habits and improve social competencies. This insight benefits students and the wider community. The next is limitation of the study. This study is limited to Year 3 International Business students at UNIMAP, making it less generalizable to other population. Although the sample size of 214 is adequate, finding may not reflect broader students' demographics. The reliance on self-reported survey introduced potential biases affecting accuracy in assessing social media use and communication habits. These limitations impact result interpretation, restricting broader. Future research should expand sample diversity, use qualitative methods, and adopt longitudinal design for a deeper understanding of digital media effects on interpersonal communication. Recommendation for future research, future studies should explore a large and more diverse sample, including students from different universities and academic background, to improve general ability. Expanding the population size will provide a more comprehensive understanding of digital media effects on communication. Additionally, researchers should use mixed method approach, combining qualitative interview with quantitative survey to gain deeper insight into communication behaviors. Longitudinal studies can also examine long-term effects of social media usage on interpersonal skills. Finally, investigating Intervention strategies such as digital wellness program can help develop solutions to improve face-to-face communication among students.